guess we'd be rich right now.
Oh my word! Can you imagine? Half of the money they make, we'd be rich from in rands.
True.
No, this is in fact Law and Omen. To Law and Omen.
It is.
Welcome
to Law and Omen. Oh my god! Welcome to Law and Omen.
Oh, you can see we haven't spoken in a while.
I'm really distracted by like these dark circles because my cheeks are so high up in this light. I'm using my phone flashlight as a light. It's so dark here. And now I'm just like seeing these like dips under my eyes.
Oh, you should get a ring light. You should put your ring light on.
I should just have it like stationed here, just at all times.
I just see my forehead wrinkles.
Every time I go to the bathroom, I see it. I'm like, oh Lord. We can get Breslin together. It's better than Botox, apparently.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
It's a form of Botox.
I'm just gonna embrace the wrinkles, even though I'm only 26. It's just the light as well. And what do I expect if I keep raising my eyebrows? Sorry.
Mm-hmm. I keep frowning, so yours goes up, mine goes down. I got told I look very young today. People didn't believe my age. So I was like, yes.
Oh, wow. Where were you?
I went to Sanctuary because I had to go to get medication. And then some people trying to sign people up for Doctors Without Borders. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll sign up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't have a charity, so might as well.
Yeah. I'm also signed up with Doctors Without Borders.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I signed up with especially the famine and malnutrition part of it because there's a lot of it's apparently they're gearing up for locust season again in the Eastern Cape because the locusts have destroyed crops and fields and stuff, and I mean that's people, that's food, So just if you can help, donate to some charity that you like and support. What I donate every month now, it's a box of wine, It's going to be better for me to not have that wine. It's going to be better for them to have
exactly. There's always something that you can just not replace, but do instead of spending that money on, whatever you're spending it on. Unless, some people do have a very tight budget and just live to that. But if you have the means, by all means,
of course,
donate. It's like us with James, my cat. That he had he was having trouble going to the bathroom, weeing and stuff like that, and he's had a UTI. Actually, he's had a blocked bladder before when he just started living with us. And he started living with us, long story short, we were living in an apartment block where you're not allowed to have pets. And someone had James as a pet and then moved and just subsequently left him behind. So he was kind of he was kind of roaming all over the place and just getting food where he could get food. And then he started living with us. And then he had a blocked bladder and we took him to the vet and he was fine for 2 years. And then the other day he had a UTI again, so we had to take him to the vet. And now we have to change his food. And his food is almost 700 Rand. I hope it's not a month. I honestly hope. It's 700 Rand for 4 kilos of food, so I don't think that's going to only last a month.
Yeah, but
we'll see.
We just bought the vet food that with 3 cats. The 4 kilo lasted, I think, a month. So it should hopefully last you at least 2 months.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're also measuring off how much food, it should last longer. That's why we had to switch back to cheaper food. because like the 3 cats we have, plus the neighbor's cat sneaks in the night. Actually, there's like 2 or 3 of them that sneaks in and eat the food. So like, okay, we're not going to buy the expensive food if you guys are just going to sneak in. Like, I mean, you heard now when like my parents showed up outside, the neighbor cats run here and they scream when they see you open the door. It's like, you've had
I heard.
feed you. And like Ginger Cat from across the road, he's missing again. I haven't seen him in ages. He just like runs off.
Okay, so it's obviously is he fixed?
I have no idea, but he is the main culprit that comes in the house and steals the food. So
I
wonder where he's going to get food now.
Maybe he's just walking after food, because like if he's not fixed, that's probably why he's walking about. But I don't know.
Anyway, cats.
Anyway, so I told you today that today my quote unquote case is going to be a little bit different. I said difficult.
My kate's going to be different.
Different. I sound like, what's that guy's name on Big Bang Theory?
No idea.
Bowie.
When you said Big Bang Theory, I was just thinking of my dad wrote a porno, because I've literally restarted this season again. I finished I finished book 6, like, but I do it like while I'm doing work, because then I don't have to concentrate so much. And like, I don't know, it's just so funny. Now I'm back on like book 2 already. I'm like, what a problem.
It's not the worst problem to have.
Yeah, no.
So today it's going to be a little bit of a different situation. I've just been really busy with studies and stuff like that, so I haven't had enough time to actually like sit down and research a product. A product.
I was like, did I hear that right?
So I didn't have time to sit down and research a case, not a product, a case. So instead, I'm just going to cover 2 news stories that it's still true crime related, and I read articles about them, and I was just like, my mind was blown with the 2 cases, or the 2 stories also have nothing to do with one another, but it was just 2. I think the first case/story broke out last week, and this the second one was in the beginning of this week, actually. Or, well, it goes back to 2019, but things happened now in 2022. In the last few months, I don't know if you've also seen, it's been reported that there has been quite an increase in the number of kidnappings that has been happening in South Africa, especially. The Missing Children South Africa's National Coordinator, Bianca van Aswegen, said that citizens should not wait to report missing people. And, quote, "We have had an increase in kidnappings of different kinds and human trafficking that is increasing in South Africa. We ask the people to be more vigilant and aware of their surroundings. Also to please not wait before opening a missing persons case, as there is no waiting period. The quicker the case is opened, the quicker action can be taken," unquote. So one of the many missing or kidnapped people is Shireen Esop, and she is actually still missing to this day. Yes. Hello, this is Editing Chanelle. A day after we recorded this episode, it was actually reported that Shireen had been safely reunited with her family after being missing for 3 weeks. There's not much information surrounding the case. Her family has asked for privacy for obvious reasons. I am just very happy for them that they could find their family member and that she was reunited, from all accounts that I read, safely with her family. And I wish them nothing but happiness and recovery from the trauma that has transpired after this very tragic event. Yeah, just wanted to give you guys an update. The search for her is still ongoing. She was last seen on the 23rd of May while driving home in a white Toyota along Weltevreden Road near Philippi. Her car was later found, but she is still missing. So as I mentioned, people have been asked to be more vigilant, and you should take note of the number plates of suspicious-looking cars and stuff like that. But tragically, on the 31st of May this year, some residents of Parkwood in the Cape Flats took being vigilant to the next level. E-hailing driver, so basically Uber driver, Bolt, whatever, Abongile Mafalala, who was 31, was making his way out of the area, he picked up people. He picked up people who wanted a lift, on, I don't know what service he was working for. A witness said, quote, "As the driver was driving down the street, a woman shouted that she heard the cries of a baby coming through the Toyota Avanza car. And that's when people started trying to take justice into their own hands. A taxi blocked his only way out, and the two people that Abongile had picked up could luckily escape. But Abongile himself was left surrounded by the angry mob of people that had by this time surrounded his car, all believing that he had abducted a child. So there was apparently a story circulating around social media that there was this person who had abducted someone. There was also a video circulated on social media of the mob attacking Abongile. I didn't watch the video because I wouldn't be able to do that. But the vigilante group beat Abongile with spades. They threw bricks at him and they set his car alight. And the group beat him to death, although I also read that he himself had also been set alight.
Oh my God.
A 50... I know. Nothing. It was just a person shouting that she heard this and coupling that with the rumors circulating on social media, it kind of just made it blow up. A 50-year-old mother in Volmer Road said, quote, "I'm disappointed with what I've witnessed. We as grown-ups tried to intervene, but were pushed away by youngsters. We as grown-ups couldn't stop the crowd who listened to rumors without verifying them. We asked, where is the child the driver is alleged to have kidnapped? But the group could not provide answers. I was so helpless and couldn't help the driver. Please forgive me, Father." 14 people are... I know. 14 people are set to appear in court over Abongile's murder. They will be appearing on the charges of murder, robbery with aggravating circumstances, and malicious damage to property. So his sister, in a quote, said, "It's very difficult for us. We still can't believe we have to bury our brother soon. I feel empty. I miss him already. The house feels empty." So, this story really just broke my heart. The fact that, he was a completely innocent man and there were so many people that were there to bear witness to what was happening. And like the older lady said, they couldn't do anything, they were kind of, I think there was obviously a group of people who incited the violence, and they were basically keeping people at bay or keeping people away from, I don't know, spoiling what they wanted to do.
Ridiculous. Oh.
The Parkwood community.
No, sorry, I was just gonna say, if it's someone who's clearly innocent, that's awful. It's different if it's someone like freaking Richard Ramirez or something,
Yeah, because he was also reprimanded by people, but they didn't beat him to death even, and
goodness,
and he literally killed people, Yeah.
What the heck?
Set him alight and
that is crazy.
Exactly. So the Parkwood community held a vigil for Abongile the Sunday after his murder. Parkwood community leader Max Swartz, he attended the gathering and explained why it was being held. Quote, "Yesterday's gathering or interfaith vigil was not only for prayer. The main aim was for reconciliation, to express our sincerity as a community where we failed a brother, where we failed a father," Swart said. He said that as a community, Sunday was the first step to expressing their remorse. Quote, "We as a community demonstrated that we are not agreeing with the fact that his life was taken by the community of Parkwood. So yesterday was the first step to beg for forgiveness," he said. And it's sad because it's not the entire community that did this. You know, it's only a group of people. Like I said, there were 14 people. Did I say that? Yeah, I did say that. Did I?
I think. I don't know if you
Yeah. Yes, I did. There are 14 people that are set to appear in connection with this, or in court for his murder. So, you know, 14 people out of a whole community of people, that's a fraction. And, it's just, my heart goes out to his family. He was also a father. He had a young child, I think. He was still young. He was 31.
Yeah, my age. That's ridiculous.
And innocent. Sorry, the cats are...
What's that?
Caterwauling.
Oh.
Yeah, Richard is here.
Richard.
Who is our neighbour's cat, yeah. Or our landlord, neighbour, whatever. Yeah, so...
Same.
My heart... Yeah, same. My heart really goes out to his family, and I knew I wanted to talk about this, and I was either going to do it, before I would cover a bigger case. But I just decided to, cover it now instead of a full case, because it is still ongoing. But this was horrible. And the next...
Tragic.
And the next case I'm going to cover is as horrible as well. Like,
of course.
So, okay. Then another article I read this week that just blew my mind was that a leader of the National Christian.
Don't bring me into this.
It's not you. So a leader of the National Christian Resistance Movement, I don't know if you heard about this, was convicted of plotting to kill thousands of Black people and overthrow the government. Yep.
First of all, what is it? Because it's the ACDP, right? But it's the Christian Democratic Party.
No, it's the National Christian Resistance Movement.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but that's obviously a separate thing. So this is just, what? Are they a political group? What are they? I've never heard of that.
We'll see. Okay, so 61-year-old Harry Johannes Knudsen was found guilty of high treason, incitement to carry out violent attacks, and recruiting people to commit attacks and unlawful possession of firearms on Monday, the 6th of June, by the Middelburg High Court. Weapons and ammunition were found when he was arrested in Middelburg initially back in 2019. Middelburg is a small town in eastern Mpumalanga.
It's like Peru, isn't it? Or is it a different one?
Mpumalanga.
No, Middelburg, because my dad's from Middelburg.
Yeah, it's in the...
Close.
No, it's in Mpumalanga.
Oh, maybe I'm confused. Sorry. Irrelevant. Carry on.
It's all good. I'm not much help, honestly. I just read here it's in eastern Mpumalanga. Knudsen, of course, pleaded not guilty to the charges, and he actually fired his legal representative, and he'll present his own evidence in mitigation of sentencing.
Calm down, Ted Bundy. Seriously.
Oh no, so embarrassing for you. This man, 100%. So he was basically planning to start a biological warfare. His plans included to poison the water reservoirs that supplied the Black communities in the area. He identified informal settlements that are occupied by Black South Africans so that they can plan an attack on the communities identified. The evidence showed the terrorist activities would be carried out by using firearms, assault rifles, hand grenades, rocket launchers, and explosive devices, and even the possibility of using, like I said, a biological weapon.
So you're going to weaponize COVID even more?
Yeah, well, this was before COVID because it was the plan was foiled by police in November 2019.
So he blamed China. He blamed bats. He is responsible for COVID.
So the police foiled the plan in November 2019, and the organization's cells across the country were dismantled. Kristin claimed that he had been chosen by God to reclaim South Africa for white people because, of course.
Why can't we all just live together? Why does one group have to be in charge?
Why must someone own everything? Exactly. Honestly, it wasn't even yours to own in the fucking first place. How can you reclaim it then?
Like, Mr. Knudsen, could you have any smaller small dick energy? Like, come on, dude. Is that a thing?
More like limp dick energy.
I mean, if there's big dick energy, there's got to be the opposite, right?
100%. 100%.
Here's the definition of that.
So a spokeswoman for the National Prosecuting Authority told the Associated Press, quote, "To further this end, he planned to attack government institutions and more specifically police and military institutions." So he was like really planning to, overthrow the entire country, the entire government. He basically used social media, specifically Facebook, to recruit people and incite violence against Black people. He literally recruited former members of South Africa's military via Facebook.
I wonder what the banner for the group was. Probably just a flag, the old flag.
I was just about to say it was 100% the racist flag. In his testimony, Knudsen admitted to sharing quote-unquote recipes to manufacture explosives with his followers on Facebook, according to the Middelburg Observer newspaper. And then to garner support, Knudsen took over the National Christian Resistance Movement, also known as the Crusaders.
Oh my goodness.
And appointed himself as the leader with the title of General Harry. I hate the fact that his name is Harry, but anyway.
Wait. Harry.
Well, why would you use your surname? Yeah.
What is that? Like, is that his name or is no, right?
Yeah, Harry Ioannis. Yeah, Harry Ioannis.
I was just gonna wait. Is that even your name?
It's an alias.
Harry. Oh my.
But why would you?
No, dude.
Like that doesn't. Why would you use your first name in the first thing? That's stupid.
Yeah, the point of using your surname is that it lives down and people know your family name. Maybe even he doesn't want his family name associated with that crap.
I don't know.
Also, why do these weird racist white dudes give themselves weird titles of these weird organizations like the Grand High Wizard and like... What's happening?
You said it. It's small dick energy, so they have to get pleasure from somewhere, and that's giving themselves titles. Yeah, you can't give yourself a title because that's like giving yourself a nickname.
Yeah.
Shortly after Knudsen's arrest, Rihanna Heymans, the social media administrator of his accounts, and his brothers, Errol and Eric Abrahams were apprehended. They were sentenced to 15 years for preparing and planning to carry out terrorist attacks. 7 of the 15 years were suspended, so they actually just got 8 years, which is wild. The charges against Heymans were withdrawn in August 2020, and she turned state witness. Her affidavit, read into the record, gave a blow-by-blow account of how members were recruited, cells were formed countrywide, and how the insurrection was planned, and also when it was meant to take place. In her affidavit, she said, quote, General Harry was serious about his attack plan and taking over the country by force. I was totally aware of the plan and would have taken part in it if it was realized. So
and he didn't go to jail.
No, because her the charges against her were withdrawn because she turned state witness to say
but
that.
She just said she would have done it. She would have killed people.
She probably said she was brainwashed, like every other person says when they've been caught and something like that.
You're willing to murder thousands of people.
Thousands of innocent people and children.
Yeah, and to poison the water is such a disgusting thing to do to the planet as well. You're not only harming a set group of people, but you don't know where that water is actually going to end up as well. It's just such a awful thing to think of. Let's just eliminate whole groups of people. What are you, Hitler? It's no, man.
No, but exactly. He prescribes to what Hitler prescribed to, basically, that there's a superior race, and that race is white, apparently. Why, I don't know.
When is he going to die? How old is he?
Burn in the sun, literally.
Is he dead yet?
No.
Can we swap him for us? Harry.
No, he's gonna get a sentence soon because he was found guilty. But sentencing should have happened today, I believe. Okay. Wait, let's do a live catch-up session. Let's see if we can find. I don't see any updates yet. Let's see. Yeah, so that's crazy. And the thing is, I never even knew about that, and it happened in 2019 already.
Yeah, that's crazy that we haven't heard of that.
I originally heard from about this on TikTok.
Today, when I was busy signing up to the charity, I had my phone in my hand because I had to get my bank details and stuff, and all of a sudden my phone starts blaring. It's usually on silent, and it's just blaring. TikTok open, and all you see is someone's ass. And I'm like, oh my god, how did this happen?
It always happened at the most inopportune times. Do you know, it's happened to me before that I had been listening to my dad wrote a porno or whatever. No. Before I went to the shops, gone into the shops, held my phone in my hand, and then all of a sudden I just hear James, Jamie, and Alan start talking, and I'm like, oh no. Because that can go south really quickly. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I usually just turn my volume down because I know I'm not going to have the dexterity in my fingers because I'm so stressed to exit the app.
All I heard, I'm not going to have the dexterity. This episode is sponsored by Dick.
Oh, no,
Richard,
please no.
My cat.
Oh my gosh. That's why he was here earlier.
He was busy bringing us our Catreon money. Catreon. We should just start a new Patreon, just Catreon. And then we just have cat pictures and people just donate.
It's like an OnlyFans, but for cats. Yeah. Only cats.
Oh, wow.
Only meows.
That's better. Yeah, your video is still gone.
My video is still gone?
Yeah, on my side, I don't see you.
That's weird. And how I must...
I actually... I just sent you on WhatsApp. I did a print screen of the last way you got frozen before I left the room.
Oh gosh.
That was your last pose. I came back to take a screenshot.
Oh my word. Oh, that's horrible. I don't know why my camera's not showing, because it's showing on my side.
Well, earlier you said mine wasn't showing and it was showing on my side.
Yeah. I just hope this whole thing recorded. Otherwise, I'll phone you tomorrow.
Yay! More visits.
You got your wine?
I do got my wine. Oh yeah, it's my turn, isn't it?
It is. You're not used to my stories being this short.
Yeah, I'm confused. I don't know what to do.
I know.
I think mine is probably going to be really short as well. But it's one I've wanted to cover.
Ooh.
It is the story of Roland Doe.
Roland Doe.
Well, he might have been when you hear what his job was.
Oh.
So.
Is he a pirate?
I don't know why that's funny. Yes, let's say he was. I'm worried. So, a 14-year-old boy known as Roland Doe, or Robbie Mannheim, who lived in the US in the late 1940s, had exorcisms performed on him by the Roman Catholic Church. So, Roland was born to a German Lutheran family who lived... Well, I can't type sentences. Roland, who was born to a German Lutheran family, lived with his family in Cottage City.
Sorry.
I typed this out.
I'm so glad it's not just me. I know.
Jeez.
And then you start reading it and you're like, huh?
Oh my God. So, in the 1940s, Roland was born to a German Lutheran family, and they lived in Cottage City, Maryland, America. Wow. Okay, so he was an only child, and it said that he sort of depended on his parents and, adult family members for social interactions. There were no real kids in the family, as far as I've heard. So one of the people his family members that he was pretty close to was his Aunt Harriet, and she was a spiritualist, and she introduced him to the Ouija board because she saw he expressed interest in it.
Oh no.
So in 1949, a few newspapers included anonymous articles about alleged possession and exorcism. It's thought that these articles were provided by Luther Miles Schultz, the family's former pastor. So the author, Thomas Allen, stated that one of the last surviving eyewitnesses of the exorcism events, and also someone who participated in them, was Jesuit priest Father Raymond Bishop. And Bishop apparently had a diary noting the events that happened. So this is a direct quote. Speaking in 2013, Allen emphasized that definitive proof that the boy known only as Robbie was possessed by malevolent spirits is unattainable. According to Allen, Halloran also expressed his skepticism about potential paranormal events before his death. When asked in an interview to make a statement verifying the boy had actually been demonically possessed, Halloran responded saying, "No, I can't go on record. I never made an absolute statement about the things because I didn't feel I was qualified." So I don't know why I did not put it in before who Halloran is. Did I even put it in my notes? Oh, my sweet baby. Where the heck? Well, Halloran was someone involved. One of the dudes who was trying to figure what was happening out. I can't remember what role he played. So it was said that after Aunt Harriet died, the family started hearing strange noises like dripping. Furniture would be moved, or smaller objects would levitate or go flying across the room whenever Roland was nearby. Allegedly, the family tried reaching out to the spirit that they believed was in the house, as they thought it might be this deceased aunt, and she was trying to make contact, particularly with Roland. He then also starts to have strange marks and scratches appearing on his body, like periodically.
Oh.
So this went on, and then the family turned to Lutheran pastor Luther Mike Schultz for help. Oh, I said Mike. Luther Miles Schultz. It's my own surname as your second name, and I can't say it. Fuck. Oh, I don't know why I can't read today.
I must have just given it to you, given you the bug.
Yeah, you've given me the Chanelles. I was like, wait, is the word hell in Chanel? But it's not. Close.
Close enough.
Okay, so Schultz had a keen interest in parapsychology and arranged to have Roland stay at his home for a night so that he could observe him. And Schultz suggested that Roland's parents take him to a Catholic priest. So I don't know, I couldn't find what Schultz observed, but after having the kid there for the night, he's like, okay, this kid needs to go to a Catholic priest. So the family apparently converted from being Jesuits to Catholicism, and they tried to have Roland baptized in the Catholic faith, but Roland apparently responded to the attempts with anger and rage, and he was taken to a hospital where they tried to get him psychiatric treatment. Psychiatrists tried to treat him, but with no luck. Nothing changed. So it wasn't really clear what his behavior was like, but clearly it was enough that they took him to a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
And I also saw in one of the sources that the family actually moved houses because they thought maybe it would change his behavior or affect it, or maybe the strange happenings would stop. I don't know, how true that is. I just saw that on one source. But nothing really helped with what they were experiencing in the house. So Georgetown University Hospital was the site where Edward Hughes, a Roman Catholic priest, conducted the exorcism on Roland. So it's important to note that there actually were a few exorcisms performed on Roland. It's usually a process. It's not just once off and then you're cured or whatever. Usually it's a few exorcisms in a row. Sometimes I think they give people time to just recover and rest, and then they go back and try again. Because usually it's not one spirit or one demon. It's usually a lot of a legion of demons or whatever. So apparently during the exorcism, Roland urinated, spat, vomited, and spoke in Latin. And also apparently he spoke in the deep, raspy voice, the classic exorcism behavior, I guess.
My name is Chanelle.
That was beautiful. It actually freaked me out a little bit. I was like, whoa. I didn't know you had to do that.
That just reminds me of the house bunny.
Cinderella. Especially because she's so cute, whatever, and then to hear that voice coming out, it's like, whoa.
What's the face she makes when she says that?
It was said that during this exorcism, Roland got one of his hands free from his restraints, which, you should give that kind of information at the beginning. Oh yeah, this kid was actually tied down. Remember there's a 13, 14-year-old kid, and they apparently had him restrained to the bed so that he wouldn't maybe hurt himself or whatever. But he got one of his hands free from his restraints, broke a bed spring off from underneath the mattress, and then used that to slash at the priest's arm. So they stopped the exorcism because, obviously the student needs to get medical help. And also, he's got one arm free, and, how do you break a bed spring off of the bed?
How do you get into the bed? Yeah, how do you,
under the mattress?
Rip into the bed, yeah.
A few days after this exorcism, I feel like I stutter every time I say that word. A few days after this exorcism took place, one of the scratches that showed up on Roland's body spelled out the word Louis, L-U-I-S. And his mother took
that's my dad's second name.
To take him. Oh no. thought that this means that they must take him to St. Louis or St. Louis, or I don't know how Americans say it, to get help there. But I believe it's St. Louis, Missouri. It's the only one I know.
I think so.
American. Also, the family had like relatives in St.Louis or whatever, so that's why she also
St. Louis,
maybe thought. Louis, whatever. St. Louis, St. Louis. So then the family went to St. Louis, where a professor at the university got in touch with William S. Bowden, a college church associate. Both Bishop and Bowden went to see Roland at his family's home in the state, and they are said to have seen things like the bed shaking, objects moving or flying, and a low guttural voice coming from the boy, along with him being very averse to anything religious or sacred. Bowden was given permission to perform another exorcism on the boy by the Archbishop. So I don't know at this point how many exorcisms had been performed on this boy. Remember, he's 13, 14 years old. So a group of people who had been involved thus far, there's priest Walter Halloran. Oh, that's who he was. Halloran is a priest. There's priest William Van Roo and Bowden. They all were at this last this last one that happened, this exorcism. And apparently they saw words such as hell and evil appearing on Roland's body. When they got to the part of the ritual where you perform a litany of the saints, the mattress began to shake. Roland apparently broke priest Halloran's nose at some point during this exorcism. I didn't see details on how. I assume he punched him or whatever.
Headbutted him.
So anyway, this whole story of Roland Doe, I also realized they call him Doe because kind of a Jane Doe. I want to say Tom. What do you call the men? Josh, what?
John.
John
Doe,
right? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I couldn't think of that.
Joe Schmo, what?
John Doe. Yes.
I was going to be Doe, a deer, a female deer.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol.
But exactly.
We're so musical. So this exorcism case was the inspiration for the 1971 novel The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty, and that became a movie in 1973.
I haven't seen it.
It's so fun. It's such an entertaining movie. It's because it's so old as well, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so obviously okay, come on. But it's entertaining. Yeah. And I feel like I heard a story on maybe Morbid or something about some serial killer who his favorite movie was The Exorcist 3. And every time I think,
yes,
The Exorcist was quite a fun movie, I'm like, yeah.
Wasn't it Dormer? I feel like it was Dormer. And it was like The Exorcist 2. It wasn't even the original, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was some crappy remake. Yeah. So
I think it was him.
Recently, but it was recently released that Roland's real name is Roland Edwin Hunkeler. He was a NASA scientist, or a NASA engineer.
Huh?
And his work, this exorcist boy, his work contributed to the 1960s Apollo space missions. Wow. I'm glad they got the demons out of you. He also patented maybe it was the demons that gave him all of this, because he also patented technology that allowed space shuttle panels to withstand extreme heat. So maybe the demons were like, hey, hell is hot. Maybe you can apply this science to space shuttles. Maybe.
Maybe.
He retired from NASA. He retired in NASA in 2001. Which is insane to me. I went to grade 5 in 2001 and someone was retiring after 40 years of work. Roland apparently died from a stroke at the age of 86 at his home in Maryland in 2020. Yeah, the little boy who was...
that's so recent.
Was based on. Yeah, he was born... Well, he was a kid in the 1940s. I think he was around 13, 14 in the 1940s. So, yeah... I mean, he worked at NASA for 40 years, so he had a good, long, fulfilling life, thankfully, after all the exorcisms and things, so it could have ended up worse.
Oh, gosh, that's crazy.
Maybe
100%.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think his head's like spun around 360, but you know.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh, you haven't watched it? I was like, what? Sorry?
No. I haven't watched it.
I was like, why isn't Chanelle reacting to that? And then I was like, oh, she hasn't watched it.
Sorry. I also think the lag is like hectic.
It is, yeah. This is probably going to be a really short episode because we're on like an hour 11 minutes.
Oh, triple one.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Can you still not see my video?
Oh no, you're still gone.
That is so weird.
Yeah, but it's fine. It wasn't like for the whole part, you know. I could see you for yours.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Hopefully next time it goes a little bit smoother.
Yeah, because it was like simpler when we would just be in the same room and then just sit and talk to each other and record. But, you know, obviously that's not really possible with the distance we are from each other now. But we'll get it right eventually.
We will. One day.
Yeah, and this was fun as well.
Yes,
it's always fun
it really was.
Yeah. It's like our one time we see each other a week.
Yeah, well, no, you can't even see me.
Yeah, you're like John Cena.
I'm just looking at... Exactly, that is my favourite joke. Have you heard that John Cena song by... was her name Majosi? I can't remember what... Sure, Majosi,
no, I haven't.
Majosi.
No.
It's such a good song. I love that song.
Is
and
it?
then she was on the Kelly Clarkson show. Yeah, it's a South African artist, and she was on the Kelly Clarkson show singing that song. And then John Cena came out from like behind the stage and surprised her. It was it's one of the best videos ever. I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh, watch it.
What's up?
And have you heard John Cena's actual music? Like from his short rap career?
No.
Yeah. I'll send you the video.
I know Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Excuse me?
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
What the heck is that?
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg.
Used to do a rap thing. Yeah, he used to rap. Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Why? Oh, man. You know, my life was fine before I heard that.
I know. Yeah, it's a sight to behold. But I'm going to send you...
But that's great. Like,
link.
If you feel like doing something in your lifetime, freaking do it. Just go for your freaking goals and your dreams. As long as you're not hurting anyone, like, live your life, man.
Exactly. Yo, he was young as well. Like, was before he was an actor.
Nice. Before we sign off, we're at 908 downloads.
Oh, wow. We're almost at 1,000.
We are like 82 downloads away from getting tattoos, Chanelle.
I don't think the tattoos are going to happen right now because I am broke.
Yeah, I'm broke too. Our Patreon is.
So I think we must set a more realistic goal for our purses or our bank accounts and make that 10,000.
Maybe like when we do our 1,000 stream, we do like 1,000 stream. When we get to like 1,000 downloads, we do like a video, like mini episode or something.
That's a good idea.
Not a chance.
I did. My eyebrow lifted up. I'm like, oh, I have to get myself ready for that. I swallow a whole bottle of rescue. But yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
This has been Law and Omen.
This has been fun. This has been Law and Omen, and it has been fun.
We post on... I almost said on Facebook. We post episodes every Sunday. You can find us on social media at Law and Omen. And we have an email address, info@lawandomen.com. We have a website, lawandomen.com. Please go and check it out. Get in touch. Send us emails. Send us recommendations. Send us listener stories. Tell your mom. Tell your dad. Tell your enemies about us.
Tell your cats. Leave us a review if you'd like.
Yes, please.
And
rate us.
Yeah, rate, review, recommend,
and
rave.
Triple R, if you will. Triple R.
Yeah.
Rate, review, repeat. Rate, review, repeat.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Subliminal messaging, like, in the background of the recordings.
Just as whatever frequency that was recorded on, just play that in the background the whole time.
Yeah, thanks for listening. And yeah, stay safe. Look out for your fellow humans and animals.
And don't be a dick.
Please. Don't be a Richard.
Okay. Love you, bye.
Yeah, love you, bye.